Hello viewers, and welcome to our third and final F1 2011 video from the recent Gamescom show. This now is a multiplayer race. It's a bit messy, driving's not great and there's a lot of messy action, but I thought, well, I've got it here so I might as well show you guys. Let's take a look at it now. Okay viewers, so it's on to the Nürburgring then for a bit of multiplayer. As I say, there will be a few messy corners in this, but at least we just get our first look at it. 10-player action, players getting into the cars, the anticipation builds on the grid. Fantastic. This is always the fun of online racing. Why is it some racing games do seem to be a bit more tension build up than others? I find F1 is one of those that generates that kind of tension. You know, in the car, revving the engines, the pressure. Of course, there's no real pressure in the sense of getaway. I saw somebody mention recently about it'd be nice if there was a clutch in there as well, some kind of button you had to depress, some kind of launch control, which would be fun, at least to help you with that start, so that it wasn't always a perfect put your foot down. But obviously, there is also wheel spin and getting away and controlling your traction and everything, which does make a difference. Though it doesn't make much difference when you all end up piling into turn one. So, last chat then with the engineer before last little tweaks before they prepare and send you out. Little installation lap of the circuit, get a feel for it. I love the improved steering wheels now as well, nice to see. A little bit of limbering by the Ferrari driver there as well. So on the grid, in the Ferrari, the tension build up. It rises on the Nürburgring. It's a dry day. Revving the engine. Wait for the lights to go out. And it's go away from the line. So a lot of chopping and there's contact already. Car off there. The Renault takes somebody out. Down into turn one. This is always going to be bad. Contact everybody in the wall. Nobody made the corner. I think this is a... oh dear. This is really a mess, isn't it? It's like Belgium all over again, Belgium 98. And you can see there's some quite aggressive F1 driving going on there. Oh, you have to laugh at it, don't you? You have to laugh. Online, that's going to be so deadly serious when that happens. There would be abuse. So, I think as it was a bit like that with F1 2010, you will need to get through the first couple of corners. Don't blame the game, blame the player. I think on this particular occasion, around those first couple of corners, then you want to get away. Obviously, your tyres will be cold, car will be heavy. I noticed a big difference on the first lap. You are tippy-toeing on that first lap, and here you can see a bit of wheel locking, player off, and that's down to effectively down to cold tyres. You've got to do at least a lap to try getting those tyres up to temperature. Before then, you've got to really coast into corners before you can put your foot down. I think there was a car off there as well somewhere. Nice flowing section. Of course, it always looks quite choppy with a pad because, you know, there's not as many degrees of rotation as there would be in a sense of travel with a wheel. Coming up here is his second place. Into second now, so another position gained, nice and clean. And I got the inkling there that he felt that he was going to get someone crashing into the back of him, so he just went wide. You do that sometimes when you know there's somebody really dodgy behind you who could potentially take you out. You end up taking yourself out. You just got to go for it and stay on the track and hope for the best, really. Sometimes you can brake early and they'll just come past on your inside and fly off, and that's something I did on an online video last year. Missing the braking point there entirely. Not good for your tyres. The field is quite spread out, but looks like first place is getting away. Of course, lucky everyone here has the racing line as well. It's a shame we don't have sound in these videos, of course. I always like to hear, you know, how the cars are sounding in a given time and environment, but we will have all of that to come. Bit of overtaking action. Now through the places into, what is that, third place? Can't quite see from where I am. To second now. So where's first place then? First place has not a huge lead, but a reasonable lead up there, just up the hill. Hard on first now. Closing the gap. Field all pretty spread out now. And this is what happens online when you've got, you know, several players who aren't necessarily competitive speeds, but when you've got players who are all competitive and clean racers as well, races like this are going to be amazing. I look forward to recording a few online races with some good racers as well. So, you know, I was hoping to do it at F1 2010. It didn't happen last year, so hopefully this year I will have the time to do those runs, do those races, and if everything works properly, we'll be in good shape. But the development team are very positive this year. They seem to feel that they've certainly had a lot more time now to nail out bugs and make sure this game really works perfectly. Doing long runs every day at the moment, testing everything out. Still, where are we? Second place. Can't actually see first. Are we in first? I cannot actually see on my video, unfortunately, because it's cut off. But getting more settled. Brake early. Let's get it in there. Almost a bit of oversteer there. Tyres seem to be gripping quite well now. Full power up the hill. Nice. Of course, they have so much grip in the modern F1 cars. A combination of mechanical grip and the slick tyres really is better now, and that's what's improved the driving, because it's essentially given more back to the driver, taking it away from the aerodynamic developments. Obviously F1 will always have a lot of aerodynamic developments to it, but after that first few choppy corners it seems to have settled down a bit once you overtake everybody, and again, like I say, that's just down to the players. So it's been a lot of fun. I'd like to be driving it myself, really. I'm looking forward to getting in a fair few laps. But as we come around the final corner, first of the 10-player race, that is a race of the Nürburgring multiplayer on F1 2011. So that's it for now, viewers. More soon. So that concludes our F1 coverage. I hope you've enjoyed again these recent few videos. We've seen a lot over the last few months on the channel. I've been to the recent Codemasters event, obviously back in July, and that was the first hands-on, and the game certainly moved forward. You know, the tyres, the suspension, the whole feel of the game has developed a lot from last year. I thought they did a good job last year of the time they had to develop the game. It could have been an awful lot worse, and I think they've really listened to the fans and built upon it this year as well. I've been very positive with the steps I've seen in the game so far. It looks a lot more drivable. It just looks, the way the car looks, the body language looks absolutely fantastic, and I think you can see that on the India track as well. What a great looking track, by the way. I have to say, it's got all of the elements there that could make for a great race, and as we lose the Turkish Grand Prix, the India track appears to sort of take over that slot. Nice sort of undulation there, flowing corners, connected corners, everything else. Really can't wait to play a bit more of that. We've seen all the developer diaries, and no doubt there'll be a couple more, but I think I'm at the stage now where I've heard all I need to hear about F1 is this, F1 is the other. I just want to play it, put loads of laps in and give you guys some impressions, and I hope I can do that really soon as well. So as far as I'm aware, I should be getting a copy very soon, and then you can expect very detailed sessions, lots of laps. I'll be looking at the safety car, I'll be looking at lots of stuff, but the main thing for me is getting a feel for the cars, getting a feel for the AI and how that works, especially on long runs, checking if there's any sort of like the pit stop bug we've seen before, but mainly just enjoying the game, seeing how tyres work, seeing how races work, and filming that for you guys as well. So I hope you've enjoyed all of this recent content, and there'll be more when I have it, viewers, and that's it for now. I'll see you all soon.